All right. We're here. We're back. Last minute betting with the Sports Nuts. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company in the universe. That's right, the universe, folks. Sign up and click those links below for the best sports books in your state. And in the first two lines in the description, you can fill out the form in the description to get a personal one-on-one tutorial on how to make $2,500 plus profit. Sports betting per month. How would you like to do that per month, Mike? Per month. We give you a one-on-one tutorial, full presentation, showing you exactly how to do this, folks. It's amazing.
Can't beat that.
Yes, it's amazing, fantastic. And there, I did the live fade out. I'm all over it here. Live as you can get. All right, folks?
Hey, Bob, let's start off with our apologies in that Bucks-Bulls game. That went absolutely opposite of what I thought. Chicago definitely made that a series, and now we're going to have to talk about Milwaukee, what kind of trouble they're going to end up being in now.
We're going to get around to that. Just
Chris Middleton's out.
And let me get done with business here. Don't forget to click the link for the OddsJam Partner Program. Share that with your friends. You get 20% of all the revenue generated from that link. And don't forget, right when we are done, Sweat the Bet will be right behind us with Matt Modi and Parlay Doc. Don't forget, also you can go to oddsjam.com, get 3 free bets. Live chat is available right now, folks. Before we go any further and get into anything, we're going to talk about what's happening, and that means what's happening right now. And there's several things going on. All right. First off, we've got the Zurich Classic of New Orleans with Neesmith and Moore in the lead at -12. Let's go on to baseball because I got something that is just irking me bad. Miguel Cabrera is at 2,999 hits. He came up with in the 8th inning. The Yankees walked him. I mean, come on. Are you serious, Mike? Are you serious that you do crap like that? Why would you do something like that? The guy's in front of his hometown fans. It shows you what a classless organization the Yankees are. I think they're a joke. I hope they don't make the playoffs. I hope they fall flat on their face. I am pissed right now about this. You got a response to that?
I mean, were the Yankees trying to win a baseball game, Bob?
The next guy came up, got a hit, drove in 2 runs. They lost the game 3-0. Thank you very much. It did absolutely no good.
Okay, but I mean, maybe strategically they thought that they would have better luck. Cabrera is, as you said, a all-time great hitter. So I don't think it had anything to do with wanting to take anything away from him. I think it was all strategy, and it didn't work out.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that are pretty ticked off about it, and I'm one of them. All right.
Are you a Tigers fan?
Blue Jays beat no, I like Cabrera. All right. Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 3-2 today. Giants lost to the Mets. So the Mets took 3 out of 4 from the Giants. They beat them 6-2. Once again, the Tigers beat the Yankees 3-0. The Guardians swept the White Sox 6-3. I know it's early in the season and overreactions. We keep talking about that. This team's coming out of nowhere, and you better watch out in the Central Division in the American League. Diamondbacks came back and beat the Nationals to get a split in that series. Athletics are ahead of the Orioles 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. The Twins shut out the Royals 1-0. All right, that takes care of that. Now here's what we're going to do, Mike. We're going to go right to what you wanted to talk about, and that is NBA playoffs. And let's talk about what happened between the Bulls and the Bucks, because none of us expected this at all.
Well, I mean, Chris Middleton being out is going to be a huge impact. And as I said, I gave Chicago a little hope going back home. They're a better home team. They have not fared well against the top teams in the NBA and against playoff teams. But now they get that under their belt and out of the way. So that's off their shoulders now. Now they're going back home where they're better at and a good, respectable home team. And now Milwaukee is losing one of their absolute centerpieces of this defending champion team, Bob and Chris Middleton. So,
what's the extent of his injury, Mike?
well, I mean, a sprained MCL is looking like what we're being diagnosed with here.
Wow. Yeah, he's probably done, right?
Well, I mean, I would expect for this series, this is definitely probably the end for him in this series. I believe. I don't know that he'll be able to come back, and if he does make an attempt, the worry is that you do more damage, Bob.
Izzy's back there. She don't care. She's just making a bed.
Yeah, she's making the bed right now, man.
Don't forget, folks, live chat is available. In regards to last night's games, Mike, besides that, were you surprised at anything? Were you surprised that Boston, I know it was a 7-point game, were you surprised that they were able to win that game? I think you were thinking that they were probably going to Brooklyn was going to tie that series up, didn't you?
I really did. But evidently Boston was too tough at home. And I think I still believe that I'm not going to fade the Nets yet. I still think they'll get back home and get things on track. Look, they're not a really great defensive team, and they're not necessarily what you would consider a great offensive team either. But they've got the star power, and I think when they get back home, they'll make this a little bit of a series. But again, I've been high on Boston for a long time, so it's not as if I'm trying to write them off or anything. I believe fully that if Boston wins this series, that I think Boston's in the best shape right now, other than Miami would be the only other team in the East that I see as a threat, with Milwaukee having the issues with Chris Middleton. So,
It's
tough for me because I'm scared of the Nets. I just have a fear of the Nets, and I just have a feeling that Durant's not going to get swept, and you're going to see a different Brooklyn team once they get home.
Well, maybe so. I agree with you, but
And how about Phoenix, Bob? We got to touch real quick on Devin Booker. I mean, he's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, that. I don't think
the two teams that were in the NBA Finals last year are now missing a couple of really big pieces.
Yes, absolutely.
And losing Devin Booker is not the same as losing Chris Paul. Let's not get that twisted.
Right. No, I agree. But now Chris Paul's got to carry the load. All right. What about the Embiid shot last night, Mike?
Bob, all I got to say is this, man. If y'all don't think Doc Rivers can coach, you don't know anything about coaching. You don't know anything about basketball, because the bottom line is Doc Rivers knew exactly what he wanted to get on that last shot. He knew exactly what he wanted to draw up, and he knew and the players knew exactly what they needed to do to make that play work, because they've bought into this guy, because Doc Rivers is a big-time coach.
Exactly.
And more people going to realize that. Everywhere the guy goes, he wins. I mean,
I know.
That was all Doc Rivers doing, man. Joel Embiid's got to hit the shot. Yes. Great play, great misdirection, great coach in Doc Rivers. This series is done. History over. Philadelphia has got this one in the bag now.
Absolutely. All right, let's stick with the NBA playoffs.
And that was without Tybalt too, him being a big presence for them. That was a game that Toronto could have won and should have won, but they didn't.
Let's stick with the NBA playoffs. All right. Let's talk about the 3 games tonight very quickly. Memphis at Minnesota. Does Minnesota grab the lead in this series? Quickly, what do you think?
Man, this is a tough series for me. Minnesota's getting back home now, Bob. That's a worry. Their fans are hyped. You saw what happened the last time they played a game in Minnesota. I mean, they were all pumped up and all that. So I still believe the Grizzlies get the job done, though.
Okay. I'm just talking about tonight. Who takes the lead in this series?
It's Memphis, and here's the reason why. Memphis knows I can't go down 2-1 with another game in Minnesota at risk being down 3-1 even. They know the importance of game 3s. Game 3s and game 5s are always the most important games of series. if Memphis is a contender, like I think, they realize that, they get the job done.
Okay. What about the Dallas-Utah series? Who comes out with the lead in this series after tonight?
Boy, I'll tell you what, Bob. I think that with Utah getting back home, I think it's very important for them. And he's unlikely to play tonight. Luka, the guy, huh? The only hope that Dallas has. I like Utah tonight, man. Getting back home for Game 3, I really do. Luka is probably not going to play, obviously. So with that, I think Utah goes up 2-1. That doesn't mean bury the Mavericks, though. I still think the Mavericks are still have a puncher's chance in this series if they get Luka back, especially.
All right, we have the best bet link for the Jazz versus Mavericks. Just click that link, and it will take you to the website. You'll see what we have in store for you there. Once again, fill out the form in the first 2 lines in the description. You can fill out the form, get a personal one-on-one tutorial. There's a form to fill out on how to make $2,500 plus per month sports betting. It's very exciting. We're happy to bring that to you. In regards to Golden State, they're winning that series. There's no 2 ways about it.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's got to have something other than Jokic for them to have any chance in this series. And I know they're getting back home to Denver, but don't get it twisted, Bob. This is not a full home court advantage game for Denver. There's going to be a lot of Golden State fans out there in that stadium, and they travel well. So this isn't exactly your regular home court advantage. You know, Golden State's going to bring a crowd with them, and Denver, in my opinion, could play their best game, and Golden State could not play their best game. And I still think Golden State is better right now because Denver's got nothing but Jokic right now, man. He's going to get tired out.
And Denver has Stan Kroenke as their owner, and I hate Stan Kroenke. Kroenke sucks. All right.
That has nothing to do with
Has everything to do with it. Has everything to do with it.
Nothing to do with this matchup.
It's time for me to share my screen and take over this stuff. Oh, goodness. All right. Positive EV page, bet tracker. On the positive EV page right here at the top, there's a 9.73% play on a player shots on goal. Tony D'Angelo over 2.5 shots on goal. We've got a 23 cent market width here. This is the play. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the no vig fair odds calculator. You take the minus 33 and the plus 100. Here is the over 2.5 shots on goal. When you take the juice out, the fair odds is plus 114. What do we got here, Mike? We got plus 135 on DraftKings. Are we hitting it? Oh, we're
value. Yeah, a middle of the line bet there. So I like that a lot.
That's a $25 bet. That is a little over 1 unit for me. All right. The next play, and I'm not going to use the calculator on this one here. This is Miami against St. Louis. Jorge Soler under 0.5 player basis, plus 101. OddsJam perfect line. Can get it for plus 130 on Caesars. I am hitting that for a unit, which is a $20 unit. Some people said, are you $10 units or $20 units? I am now $20 units, folks. So a unit and a half is $30. And there you go, Mike. Do you have a couple of plays you'd like to show here?
Yeah, Bob, I'll show some plays that I hit earlier.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and get that going right now if you share me.
There you are.
I'm here. All right. So a couple of bets that I placed today. I like Donovan Mitchell over 40.5 PRA. I think being at home, I think that the Jazz realize this is an important game for them. They don't want to go down 2-1. I like Donovan Mitchell to show up and show out. We'll get that at minus 106 on FanDuel. Also, I like Jordan Poole over 3.5 assists tonight. We got that at minus 106. We're still beating the closing line value on both of those plays right now. That one is also on FanDuel as well. So those are two bets that I like. Also, Dylan Brooks over 18.5 points. I like that bet as well. Minus 102 for him.
Hey, do me a favor. Show your bet tracker stats here. Take a look at these stats, folks. Go ahead, Mike. Show them what you got.
Well, right now we're up in our we're up into $20 units right now. We're at 648 total profit, 150 pending bets. Return on investment 22%, beating the closing line value. We dropped a little bit, 68.1. But when you see the plays that we got right now, there's several green. So the hope there is that we'll end up beating the closing line value, and that'll go up again. Obviously, our profit by bet type is positive EV, majority, mainly, only. And you'll see our profit by sport, mainly basketball right now. That's what we're hot and heavy into. Profit by sports book, definitely some different ones there to look at, as you see, profit over time and all that good stuff. So,
all right, very good. I love it. That is Mike's bet tracker. That's the positive EV page. That's what we do here at OddsJam. All right, I want to, as we're talking about what's going on in today's sports, I would like to shift gears here real quick to the NHL. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the games that are going to be played tonight. Boston is at Pittsburgh. We saw Boston go into St. Louis, stop their 9-game winning streak. Kind of an important game here, Mike. Pittsburgh still vying for position. So is Boston. And then you got the Rangers at the Islanders. The Rangers are trying to keep up with Carolina, who is hosting Winnipeg. Winnipeg is trying to get into the wild card in the West, probably not going to make it. Then you got Minnesota hosting Vancouver. Vancouver is trying to fight off Vegas so they can get into the wild card because they're trying to catch Dallas, who's trying to catch Nashville, and Dallas is playing at Calgary, and Calgary is trying to keep Dallas out of the playoffs, and then Toronto's playing at Tampa Bay. There's a lot of playoff implications in these games tonight, Mike.
There is. You talk about that Dallas-Calgary game. Dallas just played Edmonton, and that was a tough one for them. Now they've got Calgary, that once again another team that's fighting for playoff seeding and position as well. I give a slight edge to Calgary though, being at home. I think Calgary is the real deal, Bob. I think they're legit. I think they're a good team. When I look at Pittsburgh and Boston, I want to say Boston coming off that big win in St. Louis in overtime. Pittsburgh has got to be a little more desperate. I like slight edge to Pittsburgh, I think, in this matchup, Bob.
Let me tell you something about that Boston-St. Louis game, okay? That was what playoff hockey is going to be like, folks. Tight checking, low scoring. It's not going to be crazy. And here's the other thing. Both of those teams, first of all, we don't have 3-on-3 overtime, okay? We're going to play 5-on-5. The Blues aren't very good at 3-on-3. And the thing now in 3-on-3 overtime is whoever gets the puck is the one that winds up usually winning because they just hang on to the puck and keep away from the other team, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's what 3-on-3 hockey has become. If you remember when the overtime 3-on-3 rule was implemented, you saw a lot of fast pace and excitement because teams were not really sure how to go about this 3-on-3 at the time. It was new, and they just went. Yeah, it was exciting. They just went balls to the wall, fast pace. Now they're implementing strategy, playing keep away, maintaining puck possession, even if that's skating it in your offensive zone and dishing it back out and resetting. And you know, it's just it's really not as exciting as it was, and I don't like it. And you're right. Come playoff time, kiss that stuff goodbye. It's time to play big boy hockey, best of 7.
Exactly.
Let's roll with it.
Okay, I got a couple of things, and I know you're always saying that I'm a homer. Okay, I'm a St. Louis fan. I'm a Blues fan. I'm a St. Louis Cardinal fan in baseball. But I got to say this, okay? 2 things. First off, the play that Nolan Arenado made the other night and Paul Goldschmidt made, where Arenado went into foul territory and made the throw, and Goldschmidt caught the ball with the toe, diving with the toe, his foot, and he's size 14 shoe, by the way, on the base.
Man,
There is no
you know everything.
There's no team, okay, in all of baseball that has that combination of third baseman and first baseman, Michael, anywhere in Major League Baseball. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can agree with that, mainly because Arenado is the ultimate deal at third base. No two ways about it. Goldschmidt is very good at first base. You could maybe argue there's better than him at first base somewhere, but
I was 14, man.
But not with Arenado being so far and above, in my opinion, defensively. Yeah, it evens out to make that a very, very tough combination.
And then I got one other thing here, and this Nolan Arenado has brought this up. It seems that people in baseball have gotten away from this one statistic, and I keep on mentioning it: RBIs. It's runs batted in. Arenado thrives on that number because that means if you're driving in runs,
you're scoring.
You're scoring, and you're usually, if you've got a good team, winning games. When you got a team that's got 5 Gold Glovers, a guy like him, Mike, is he ready to have the kind of MVP career year that everybody's been waiting for?
I think it's definitely in place to happen right now. When you look at how he started the year, he's put himself in a position to do that. Now, some of that's going to depend on how well the Cardinals are as a team, because if they're not a true competitive team, which, that, in my opinion, they have to win that division. That's a weak division. If you're the MVP, there's no reason your team should not be good enough to win that division. And we'll see. We'll see. I definitely think he's put himself in a good spot early on.
All right. With that being said, let's do locks of the night. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, I lost mine last night. I am 18-12. Mike still doesn't know what he is, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you, brother.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to let you go with your lock of the night first. What do you got?
Well, didn't work out last night very good at all for me. What did it, Bob?
No,
No, I'm going to go ahead and we'll take Utah in this game 3. I still think that Utah getting home should cover that spread. It looks like right now you could probably get it. We can check. I got it at -6.
Okay. Now,
and I'm going to check right now, Bob, and find out what that spread is currently and let you know if I still think it's worth. It's gone up to -8.
Okay. All right.
I still like it.
So, when you're betting, and it's now time for my lock in the night, when you're betting hockey, you don't always get the most fantastic value, okay? Being a hockey bettor and a baseball bettor, you have to find some value. And then what you do is you got to up your units, whatever your bet is with those particular plays, okay? I'm taking the Tampa Bay Lightning because I have been struggling with figuring this team out. I can't believe that John Cooper is going to let this team fall flat on their face, okay? With Toronto being without Austin Matthews, I have got to take Tampa Bay on the money line for my lock. Now, it's only -130, okay? It's not what you would call a fantastic play, but the OddsJam perfect line is -140. So, and the least one in is +126 on the OddsJam perfect line. So I'm taking the Lightning. Yes, that is my lock of the night. John Cooper is going to kick him in the butt. I called him up and said, look, dude, get these guys going. All right. And he talked to Pat Maroon, and Pat Maroon said, hey, he's a hometown hero, baby.
My gosh, man. We're wasting. My goodness. Let's shut this thing down. It's time to go, Bob.
It's time to go. Hey, we got Sweat the Bet coming up with Matt Mona and Parlay Doc here in a couple of minutes.
That's right. And don't forget, if you want a lesson on sports betting, fill out that form below in the description. Guarantee you'll make $2,500 plus this month. Sports
all
betting.
right. Well, we make 25 too.
A lot more than 25.
We'll see you tomorrow. We got an early betting video coming up here later on tonight. OddsJam TV tomorrow morning, coffee in the morning, NHL bets, MLB bets, NBA bets. We're everywhere. See ya. Bye.